Hello everyone, and in today's video we continue working on our product feedback app, and we're using to do this application we're using Angular plus NgRx and also RxJS. So it's kind of reactive program gonna be. Also we're gonna add in the future the API to get all these calls, but today I hope this video not gonna be so long. We're gonna work on this central part without sidebar, only filter and finishing styles for this. And if you remember, the only one thing left is filter here, and just add some styles for our feedbacks. So please grab a cup of tea or coffee, what would you prefer more, and have fun together with me. If you want, you also could take this challenge from Frontend Mentor and to do it using another framework or native JS or whatever you prefer. So enjoy the video. Do not forget to subscribe and support me. Click the like button and leave a comment with anything what do you want. And enjoy the video. So let's start working on a filter for our application. In general, there are nothing difficult to do, just few things. So here we need to calculate how many suggestions we have in general and add select with possibility to sort by. So let's start working on it. So for this, we're gonna need to have our filter component. Where is it? Filter, it's here. And by the way, for select, we're gonna use ngSelect. Let's also find it. ngSelect. Meanwhile, let's switch to this. We need also to have selectors to be able to get our count of suggestions. So let's first do this. So in general, we have suggestions, but let's define a new selector. Select feedback suggestions length equal create selector, and for this selector we need we're gonna use already created by us this one, and in this we're gonna retrieve list of I feedback, and we're gonna use this list to while arguing. Sorry, I'm a bit sick. And here we just return list length like this. And that's what we need at first place. And another thing we're gonna add to get the list of sort options a bit later. Let's just create a structure for our application. Run start. So we need to have section with class filter. Inside of it, what it's gonna be this one is gonna be, in general, it's gonna be display flex. We split it into two areas, one part this and button another part. So this we call sort block, for example. And here we gonna have total suggestions class in which we need to show our SVG icon. Where is it? What's the name of it? It's suggestions. It's probably this one. Yep, this one. And this one block is gonna be also flex. And this is third block. Yeah, also flex. And here we're gonna need to show the number of suggestions. Fonts. Sorry. H2, H3, H4. Seems I mess up a bit with the styles, but we already have predefined 18 pixels, so it's gonna be H3. And here we will need to show this thing. So to be able to retrieve from the store our selector, we need to define, to inject store in our component store, and here we're gonna have state, export from reducer, this one from NgRx, and then we just need to do what we total suggestions. It's gonna be observable, and here is number. Sorry. And suggestions equal this store pipe, and we're gonna use select from NgRx, and here the name of our selector. This, yeah, of course, I mean this. And to show this thing, we're gonna put it here as just like this. Total and use async pipe to create observable and subscribe to it, to subscribe in our template. And then we just need to type. Also, we need to differentiate things. So one, if we have one, it's suggestion. Yeah. So what we need to do here, also to have a inner subscription, and then equal 1. And if it's equal, then we show suggestion. If it's more or 0, suggestions. Should be like this. Let's check. Yeah, 6 suggestions. So it's already something. And we do not, here is a icon. Let's add some basic styles. We need variables. We have primary. For this we need primary dark. And also we need to import source app styles variables. And here we're gonna tell that for filter background should be like this, and border radius 10. Why? It's because it should be, yeah, without URL, just an import, yeah, like this. Yes, so we have suggestions. Also, the color of our total suggestions is gonna be white. Alright. The next our step is gonna be select. For this, what we need? We have sort block. Here we're gonna have sort by, and let's have span sort by. It's actually before, and then we're gonna use ngSelect app module. To be able to use it, we need to gselect module, import to our module for this app our select, and yeah, and then we're gonna use here ng/select. Why? Let's quickly check. Import ngSelect module. Yes, I did it in this way. Should I rebuild probably or no? Yeah. Module ngSelect. Is it correct import? Yes. Oh, shit. So here, what do we gonna have? We need to have ng model. Just to memorize maybe and remember how to, so which brackets to use. For me, it's easier to remember by bananas in the box. So kind of this brackets is the box and this is bananas, and it's quite easy to remember in this way for me. Select module, yep. Then here we need to define engine model for our sort by value selected, and by default we nums sort by do we have some options? Sort, no, mock. So we're gonna define it as one, and here I'm gonna also define all our options, what they are. Okay, we have it here. Most of list of what's most comments and blah blah blah. So export const sort by options. It's gonna be like this. Oh no, cool. And yeah, it should be a collection. So one item value one, label like this. Also need to define a type for this. Okay, it's in models, so we're gonna define here a new file, data model.js, and we're gonna export interface sort, just select options, and it's gonna be value number and label string like this. And here 2, 3, 4. So most of what's sorry, and it's gonna be a bit difficult right now to do this too, but at least we can sort by this. Okay, so we defined our options. I also wanted to retrieve them from the store and actually do a kind of request to get the options. So yeah, in model it's gonna be sort by select. Then we need to have here what's the name of it? Items. And I'm not sure why it's no command module imports on the cannot be instance blah blah blah. Yeah, I got this, but why? Uh, let's try to build the solution. It's not gonna work because we okay, but let's switch to reducer. So here we need to define sort by options. It's gonna be like this. By default, it's empty. And we need to have an actions for it. So get uh, sort by options. Get also this we need to update sort by options. And here we're gonna have options, and it's gonna be sort options. No, sort option. What is the name of it? Data. Select option. Yes, and then in effects, we need to do the following. It's almost gonna be the same. Load sort by options. The type of it get sorted by options we need. Get feedback success we change to this. And what we need to do, we need to move this thing to our mock. And also we need service get sort options. We're gonna use this. No, mock. Okay, so and in effects, once we display this, we need get to get this, and here we're gonna have list sort options, and in action we define this is gonna be options and like this, and in the reducer we need to do also some changes. So once we get this action, here we're gonna have options, and we need to put sort by options, these options, and we did not do anything with loading. And the last step here, we need to do another selector. It's gonna be simple, the same as for feedback. Select sort options. And here, sort by options. And in filter, we need to add another, and also one thing. It's kind of not best practice maybe, but what I recommend, just to split your variables here by one empty line, because it's kind of improve possibility to read the code, in my opinion. Because, for example, you could have around 10 different variables, and it's quite difficult to read all of them. Sort options, and the type of it is gonna be select option collection. And here we need to put this and import from the store. So let's try to use this in our filter. What do we have right now? Still doesn't work. Why? Ng, what is wrong with you? G select, it's here, app module. I need forms module probably. Yeah. Why it's not known element? I don't get it. It's probably because of some uh, uh, package, not package, but TS config or something. Mm, false, true, correct. I don't remember what could be the issue. Okay. I did all the steps. Is it resolved or no? I don't know what was the issue, but let's try to proceed. So here we need to have ng model, which is equal to sort by select. Also here we need to have items equal to our sort options variable. We need to do async here, and it's gonna be not clearable, so we need to put false here, equal false. Also we need to define the bind option, so we can define our properties to bind value and label. So for value we're gonna use value, and for label label. And also, as far as I remember, they're searchable by default true, but we do not need to search anything, so we need to put it into false. And where is it? No items. Okay. why no items? Let's check. We, by the way, have Redux, pretty helpful thing. So, because we didn't dispatch an action. And to dispatch, we need, where we're gonna dispatch this? In filters page problem. We did it for get feedbacks and get sort by options. Do most of words, yeah. Finally, it's in place. In the last step to add here is gonna be our button. But button is the easiest thing. But I would like to have buttons. Do I need? Yeah. Let's define here new file buttons.css and just import it into styles fonts, and here gonna have buttons. In this way, and I would prefer to define a button here. And in filter, we're gonna have what is sort block. It sends here, so we're gonna need button with this, and class is gonna be button or button purple. And then in buttons itself, what we're gonna need here. So in general, I believe this has some common styles like height 44, 44 pixels, the radius. What else? What else do we have? Font weight 100. Font size 14, and something unique. An error in the styles, so you prefer to have it's not correct without it. It's strange. And also we need to remove border, outline, just to have it 0 to be safe, and no shadows. Cursor we need to have pointer. And what we need else to have 24, 25, so in total we could have around 25 pixels padding like this. And also let's define button purple, so color should be white, and the color for the button should be like this. But it's the question, do we have this color a lot? No, just in few places. So, but it might be safer to define it in variables. What's the name? Button feedback, I would say. like this. And here I need to do an import variables from the CSS file and background. What's the name of it? Button feedback. It's a bit big. And I didn't put a class or what? Button purple. My style's not applied. Why? Sorry. Buttons, it's here. And URL, it's okay. What is wrong then? Some magic happened again. Or I need to include, but why? Buttons, SSS, yeah. And I do not like how does it look. A bit strange and I don't know. 14700, yes. Here it looks a bit prettier or something like this. And we need to define hover for button and let's put it hover buttons and hover ground hover variable here, and also I want to add transition all and just a small one like 2 seconds. Yep, something like this, and just few small things before moving forward. Display flex already, flex floor raw no wrap, justify content space between and align items center. Okay, already better. And here what 16 and 24, a bit strange, but okay. Padding 0, right, 16, 0, 24 pixels. Okay, just need to add few things to finish this one thing. It's gonna be difficult a bit, and to sort at least by least and most upwards. Good. Let's continue styling our components. And in general, for this part, I will do it together with you. And for this, I'm just speed up things. So I will put 10x faster probably for each card. And below in the comments, you can write which way do you prefer more, to do step by step together with me, or just skip it and do not waste your time on it. But I needed to do it. So here we also need to do flex for this part with the total suggestions. So it's flex already, and we need just define that it's gonna be flex floor or no wrap, and align items center like this. And for sort by, it's also need to be flex. So this is gonna be display flex, and sort by block, sort by flex flow, row no wrap. Yes. And for sort block, or easy boy, for sort block, the same thing, floor on no wrap, align item center. Yes, I need it in this way. And with Angular and components, the most, maybe not the most, but a bit difficult thing starts when you doing a styling for third-party packages, because you can do it only in the main styles, and you need kind of change the whole structure, I would say. So it's not the most easiest thing to do, but yeah, it is what it is. What is the kind of color this? It's something like gray. I will put it this way, variables gray, and this, and for filter components, sort by color gray. Okay. And what is the margin between these elements? So 38, and it's this MR 38. Okay, looks a bit prettier. And also let's put margin for this thing, SVG 16. MR 16. Okay, looks a bit prettier than before. And let's start working on this thing. Okay, how should we style this thing? I was struggling a lot with arrow. Box ng arrow. Yeah, arrow should be here. I was struggling a lot to understand what is the best way to deal with wow, cat is jumping around. What is the best way to deal with icons when you do not have custom font or something like this. I was trying to do it in several ways to generate maybe the custom font, but it's really do not working when you do not have designer or appropriate design skills. So yeah, and the easiest way for myself, I think I find out, so I'm gonna share it with you. Basically it's like this arrow up white, and here we're gonna define that arrow, and it's gonna be, so we're basically gonna convert share it icon arrow up what svg to data to URI or something like this. It's the thing when we need to call, no, I forgot what is svg to data URI. Yes, something like this. So we need to have URL encoder and put it inside of our blog, comma here, and then we're gonna start styling. So it's gonna be our filter so far, and what we need to do here, several things. First of all, let's define our arrow. To do this, we need do it in several steps. Actually, the arrow ng arrow wrapper. So I need what I need to have. I need to take this ng select. Ng select is gonna be our global styles, and for arrow I need to define. For this we're gonna use background URL. Here we do need to define that we're gonna use SVG. For this we need image SVG plus XML, comma here in URL, and then we need to use here our icons. Icons, and in icons we defined arrow up white, and here simply goes in this way, and put here no repeat like this. And what is the size of it? This is a problem here that it's even not covered fully. It's something around width, let's put 10, height 6, arrow help white not correct. Why? because it's a variable, so we need to do in this way icons. What is wrong? Bum, bum, bum. Something wrong. Data image svg plus xml comma arrow of white should be good. And something wrong with our styles happens. It's because of it. Styles icons. Also, what I would like to do, arrow up white. What is wrong with you? Okay, the problem not in the SVG icons. Why it's URL? Why I'm using here URL? Maybe because of this I have. Yep. Here it is, but it is white. And I need to change the color of it. So yeah, basically we defined this thing, but I need to change the color to stroke FFF and then update the styles of it. Yeah, white. So if you know the easier way than just doing like this when you do not have a designer to create a font for you, please share with me. I would be really happy. And uh, most of what's so what we need to change where design. It's this thing. So it's 14700. So it's this small piece, combo box, input, font size 20 pixels, no, role, wherever, value, yeah, so I need value and G select and I need to have font weight 700 and font size 14. No, didn't apply it. No. Why this is more important than this? Okay, ng value label. So, and the last thing that we need to do here is to style this thing. What is it? Ng option, ng drop down panel, items. Height doesn't matter. Okay, ng drop down panel. And it's outside of our, no, it's inside of it. So can we do like this? Okay, 3ff. Yep. So that is working fine. And we need also to have here the rest 10, the small box shadow. We'll add here this later on. And ng option, ng option. So as you can see, it's not easy to do this in 16. 500 for the 16, the height of this each item 12, 12, so it's 23 plus 20. Okay, let's have it with 23 pixels. The color of it, what is the color? Variables like this, primary light. Okay, and ng option label, it's ng option, it's a wrapper. Here we should have ng option label, and this one thing should have padding, the padding from the left side 24, so it should be 12 12 pixels. Here we should have 24 pixels. Okay, looks better already. And it's okay, it's possible to increase the width of it and we need to have a border doesn't matter top bottom. This one color primary. So it's actually for each option we should have 1 pixel solid, blah blah blah, and then primary and for last it's to no, is the opacity? Yeah. How to set opacity if I put, so it's not possible to have it as shit. No, why not possible? The problem is that it's RGBA, and I need to have here 15, and here what is the color? This. Yes. Yes. Okay. And the width of this thing should be 255. ml minus 15, something like this. Okay. And how to define which is active ng option selected, and if ng option, and if it's selected, then the color should be purple. As for button feedback, dot ng option label color like this, and no, it's not hover, but and hover so this, and once it's selected, this one is selected. Okay. Once it's selected, we need to have position relative, and after we need to have content. What is the size of it? 11.8. It's 11.8, and this was a top person around 15, I would say, and right at least 25. Let's put it like this. And here we need to have another icon, and it's gonna be icon left, icon check, probably this one. Yes, icon check, and I need to also convert this and then put it here. I can check, and we're gonna use this instead of arrow of white. Let's take a look. What do we have? Also, I want to have here a transition all 2 seconds, and it seems it's not enough. G option label. After 13 and height 10. So it's with 13, height 10. General, yeah, we did a good thing. So yeah, just need to do pixel perfect for this and style this, and in the next part, not in the next part of the video, I would say, we just change update the logic to work with list of words and most of words. So by default, I'm not sure, I believe it's because the data is hard coded in this way, but it's not working properly. So we need to sort items by this thing. And yeah, so let's apply logic to sort by upwards, and later on we will see how to implement the logic to sort by comments. But in general, it would be good. Yeah, once we work on the API, I will define the model that we will receive the count of comments per each suggestion, and in this way it would be easier. It's already in place. Yeah, comments count. Yeah, it's already in place. Why? What I'm talking then about? Stupid boy. What do we have in our mocks? 1, 2. Twice, 1, 2. Yeah, so it's already possible to do. So what we need to define is we need to add a trigger, filter. So once we did a change here, change sort by selected event, and init we do not need. By select where so log where just to want to check what it's gonna be. What change event emitter any, but it's probably an event. So event like this. So okay, it's value label general. So it's option, and it's gonna be select option, And here we're gonna just we need to create an action to dispatch it with some value. Let's take a look how to do it. NgRx actions dispatch. I just forgot how to how to dispatch with data. Okay, yeah, I got it. So login, create action, yes, blah blah blah. So in our case, it's gonna be what? It's here. It's gonna, in our case, it's gonna be feedbacks, sort by selected, and props is gonna be value number. And here, and sort by selected, and in our filter component here we're gonna do this store dispatch this from actions with object value option dot value, like this. So once the change appear, we trigger an action, and then inside of reducer we need to make sure that we handle it. So for this we need sort, one moment, sort by selected option. It's gonna be number. Sort by selected option. By default, it's gonna be 1. And here we need to handle our action. So we dispatched it, and it's not gonna be options. It's gonna be what we're gonna have, value, like this, probably, and sort by selected option, and put value there, like this. Let's check. And Redux, this thing really helpful. And sort by selected, 2 should be 4. Yeah, as you can see here, changing. And in our select, so here is selectors, we need combine two selectors. Combine, I'm not sure that it's feature. No. We need like this, select counter, and then return something in some order. So in our case, we need suggestions where equal suggestions. So here we're doing select feedbacks, then we're doing what? State sort by selected options, comma, and sort by. Important if you can, no. We need to just to create a trigger, not trigger, to create select sort by selected option like this, and here select sort by, it's gonna be number, and here we need to do several things. Select feedbacks, but why I am updating this, maybe on I can do filter and then sort. Uh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 5. Let R go R sort A B. I believe it's working like this. A B A minus B okay, and it's gonna be several things. First of all, we are need to do like this. Const filtered least equal this, and then there are 4 options depends on the value of our depends on the value of our listen. Yeah, but in general, I would do the copy of this, and here select feedback suggestions, and the name of it should be, how to name it, filtered. Select suggestions filtered. Let's name it like this. And here we're gonna remove this, this. We don't need it, and we just return this thing like this, and here we also took this thing, and yeah, we'll do in this way. It seems a bit better for me. And yeah, I think we're gonna use switch case. Switch and JS sort. We're gonna need to define a function for sorting. Sort first, compare function sort, and just to, okay, compare. Okay, and so in general, what we're gonna do, switch, here we use switch, and here we're gonna use sort by, and we need to define 4 cases. Case 1, once we have 1, but it's, yeah, I'm not sure that I like it. Here we're gonna have break, and default. Also we need to have default, and here we need to define a const sort function. Let it be let before switch, and here sort function equal a b. If it's 1, I need to type here function. Oh, whoa. It's better. Maybe I will do in another way. Okay. We have filtered list sort a b and a b and like this, and here we're gonna have switch sort by, and in first case we're gonna return if it's 1, then we need to sort by upwards, a upwards minus b upwards. This we do not need, and here if it's 2, then we're doing b minus a, and if it's comments how we're showing feedback list kind of counting here. It's gonna be 3 comments length, not really a fast thing is gonna be, and by default we're gonna return b this. Not really like what we have here, but I didn't see right now the best variants. We might refactor it later, so also write down the comments how to refactor in this way. Maybe you will see the better approach. And on the list here we have feedback list, it's input, so we need page, this one, and here we select suggestion filter. Why it's filter, I want filter sorted. I forgot to return this. Return Okay. Nothing happened. Why? Here we trigger change. Okay, it's because we sort. And why nothing happened here? So by selection option. A sort returning the new array or no? Not sure why it doesn't work in properly. Okay. A, B, A, B, and here the same B, A, B, A. So list of what's working fine, most comments, but it's strange what should be first, most or without anything. Least comments. Yeah, but it's strange because I think mock comments. There's some uh, 11. Okay, this should be, I think, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. Also without. Strange that it's not returning nothing, so I'm not able to count. So it should be like this. 0, but we shouldn't show anything in case of 0. It's another problem. Most least. Yep, we're good. And right now I'm gonna start working on the styling this thing, but I'm gonna speed up, as I told you before, this part for you to do this all things faster. So let's go. In today's video, we did almost everything what we wanted to do. Just this small piece not fully finished, but we implemented filters, show here correct number of suggestions. Also, we uh, did the sort by different sections, and we styled the feedback itself. So if you have any recommendations or just want to ask question, please do this in comments. Also keep in mind that I doing right now actively streams on Twitch, so it's at least 3 times per week, and you might want to join at some point and ask me some questions if you want, or we could have a discussion regarding any topics which would be interesting for both of us. So do not forget to subscribe on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Twitter. I would be really glad by any support from you. Also, press the like button, notifications, and leave a comment if you want. So enjoy the episode. I hope it helps you, and see you next time.